What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another edition of Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. ACC Tournament week. So if you like college basketball, stay in the know here with my play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games, covering you guys throughout the ACC Tournament and, of course, into the March Madness Tournament. I'll be doing the night games of the ACC Tournament, the 7 p.m. and the 9:30 p.m. games. For the next few days, I'll be doing tomorrow's games as well. Yeah, thank you so much, man. Thanks for joining back. So tomorrow night, kicking it off with Louisville, who just finished in my last stream, beat Notre Dame by quite a large margin. They'll be taking on North Carolina. The winner of this stream that I'll be having momentarily here, the tip-off, will be taking place shortly around in a couple minutes from now. It's set around 9:27 p.m. Eastern time. So Syracuse against Pitt. Coming back very shortly here, I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions of this one as well. The winner for this game, Syracuse and Pitt, will take on the number 3 seeded Duke Blue Devils tomorrow night. I'll be getting that stream for you guys as well. So tomorrow night, North Carolina against Louisville, and then the winner of this one takes on Duke. I'll have the stream for that. And then the winner from the top half on Friday towards Virginia's region will take on the either 2 or 3 seed or Louisville, or the winner of this one in the bottom region. So whoever wins that, I'll be doing semifinal streams on Friday of both of the games at 7 and 9:30, and then the championship at 8:30 on Saturday. Yeah, I'll go over those seedings for you guys so you know. So if Virginia makes it into the semifinals, because somebody asked me about Virginia, they were a Virginia fan on my chat. Virginia is the number 1 seed, so they play in the earlier games at 12:30. So I wouldn't be able to stream the 12:30 and 2:30 tomorrow because I work from 8:30 to 5. But I'll be able to do the 7 and 9:30 tomorrow. But number 1 seed is Virginia. They'll take on the number 8 seed, North Carolina State, and that game will be 12:30 tomorrow. Number 4 is Florida State. We'll be playing number 5, Virginia Tech. For this game, it's the number 6 seeded Syracuse Orange going against the number 14 seeded Pittsburgh Panthers. How they got here is that Pitt beat Boston College, who was the number 11 seed yesterday in the ACC tournament. So it's number 6 seeded Syracuse playing against number 14 seeded Pitt for this one. The winner of this game will take on the number 3 seeded Duke Blue Devils. I'll have that stream for you guys tomorrow night around the same time, around 9:30 or so. Tomorrow night as well, the 7 p.m. game will be the number 2 seeded North Carolina Tar Heels playing against the number 7 seeded Louisville Cardinals. Number 5 against number 4 tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. And that game, I think they played each other last week and it went into overtime, and Florida State beat Virginia Tech. And they got a rematch at it tomorrow night. So both of those teams are basically even. I think last week in the AP Top 25, Florida State was like number 14 inside the AP Top 25, and Virginia Tech was 15. Here we go, though. Syracuse, Pittsburgh. We just get started with a tip-off here on the stream, and we just got to action. So Adis Toney just hit home the shot for Pittsburgh. They're up 2-0 right now. Syracuse with the ball. Syracuse trying to dribble inside. They feed the ball here to the top of the key. And North Carolina State takes on Virginia. That game is tomorrow around noontime. As NC State's the number 8 seed, they'll take on number 1 seed of Virginia. Here we go. 2-0 Pittsburgh in the first minute of this one. 19:05 remaining. The shot down inside the low post. No good, but the offensive rebound by Syracuse is stolen away by Pitt, though. They have numbers on the transition, and they try to lay it up and in, but they couldn't get it to fall. But Trey McGowan gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2 for the Pittsburgh Panthers. So this game just started. Going to update you guys with the score in the chat with 18:55 left to go. Pitt with a 2-0 lead against Syracuse. Shooting 2 at the not at the free throw line. I guess they fouled right before. And Jared Wilson frame hits the 3 ball off the inbounds. 5-0. Pitt with a 5-0 lead. 18:40 left to go in the first. Update you guys with that score. Syracuse with the ball. Top of the key. They pass the ball to the left corner of the perimeter. Now they try to dribble baseline underneath the basket. Kick it back outside. Top of the key 3. No good. Off the top of the iron. Rebounded. Offensive rebound by Syracuse. And they drain it from the outside. Frank Howard hits down the 3-point shot for the Orange. Howard this season, the senior from Suitland, Maryland, is averaging around 8 points per game. 5-3, Pitt with the ball now. They're at the top of the key as they hand the ball over at the left side of the three-point arc. Passing to the right side of the three-point perimeter to the top of the key here for Pitt. Dribbling now, trying to make their way into the low post, and they feed the ball inside. And there's a huge battle for the rebound. The shot no good by Malik Ellison. Rebounded by Syracuse. Osei Brissett gets the rebound. Deep three by Syracuse. No good off the top of the iron, but it was last touched out of bounds by Pittsburgh. So Syracuse will get the ball back. Here we go. I'm going to update you guys with a chat here in the score. Pitt has the 5-3 lead in the early stages here. If you haven't done so already, feel free to like, share, subscribe to my videos. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions throughout the rest of the ACC tournament into the March Madness tournament as well. So Syracuse will get the ball here back on the inbound underneath the basket with 17:42 left to go in the first. And they do. They inbound the ball to the left wing of the three-point perimeter for the Orange towards that New York Life logo. Now at the top of the key, we do have a foul call with 17:37 left to go in the first. So the score is 5-3. Trey McGowan picks up the foul for Pitt. And there will be another inbound for the Orange of Syracuse here. If you haven't done so already, feel free to smash that like button down below. Hit the subscribe. Yeah, hit the subscribe button if you like as well. The winner will be playing against number 3 seeded Duke tomorrow night around 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. That will be the tip-off. Here we are between number 6 seeded Syracuse, number 14 seeded Pittsburgh. Pitt beat the number 11 seed Boston College to get here yesterday. Syracuse with the ball, left wing three, and they hit it from the outside right there. Frank Howard with all 6 points right now for the Orange. 6-5, Syracuse with a 1-point lead. 17:13 left to go in the first. Top of the key for Pittsburgh. They pass the ball left side of the perimeter. That's so weird. And there's a foul called underneath, so Pittsburgh will go to the line for 2. That is so weird. Maybe refresh the page or something like that, or just go to my channel and see. But yeah, it should always work. That's so weird that it's like that. So here we are at the free throw line. Pitt shooting 2 at the charity stripe, and they tie this game up at 6. So we have 17:03 left to go. It's 6 even right now. Second shot, and that one hits as well. 7-6. Pitt with a 1-point lead. Here we are, Syracuse with the ball, and we do have a timeout call, or no, foul called, so a stoppage in time here. Xavier Johnson just picked up the first foul committed by him of Pittsburgh. So Syracuse will get the inbound once again. Yeah, that's so weird. Yeah, everybody has been able to sub to my account. So yeah, that's so weird. As that shot could not fall down for Syracuse. Pitt with a rebound, and now they're in transition trying to get it to underneath the basket, and the ball gets stripped in the lane. So Pitt will get the ball in the inbound here. As that was that Adis? It was Adis Tony who did get the rebound for Pitt. Yeah, I know there's been a lot of technology problems today. I went on Facebook, and I can't even get up my Facebook online here because Facebook's been down throughout the entire day from noontime all the way to now. There's still problems because when I went on, it has a loading circle. Turnover in the inbound by Pitt, and the laying up and in. Syracuse going the distance. That is number 35, Buddy Boeheim, who's the coach's son, Jim Boeheim's son, who just got the steal off the inbounds and laid it in. 8-7, Syracuse up by 1. 16:10 left to go. Top of the key 3 by Pitt. And they connect with it from the outside. Take back the lead 10-8. Jared Wilson Frame delivers that one from the outside. Syracuse takes the ball past the right side of the timeline. As they dribble towards the top of the key, they feed the ball. Left wing 3 from the outside. No good. Hits the top of the iron. As that shot couldn't go down. Rebounded here by the Panthers. 10-8. Pitt is up by 2. 15:45 left to go. Pitt tried to dribble in the lane. Xavier Johnson with a ball. He gets stripped of it. Stolen by Syracuse now. Right wing from the perimeter. They feed the ball down inside the low post. They're underneath the basket with O'Shea Brissett. He kicks it back outside. Syracuse now dribbling towards the top of the key. To the right elbow, they kick it back to the right wing. Now inside the key. And we have a foul called. Syracuse was trying to dribble right inside. And yep, timeout on the floor with 15:24 left to go. I'm gonna see if that was on the play-by-play here. See if that was a charge foul called. Pitt tried to take the charge. I'm gonna see if that was correct. Looks like foul on Adese Toney of Pitt. So Syracuse should get the ball back when we do get back to action, as we are on the first TV timeout of the game here. So I'm going to update you guys with the score. Pitt with a 2-point lead, 10-8 at this point right now. If you haven't done so already, feel free to hit that like button down below and the subscribe button. I'll be keeping you guys in the know, streaming tomorrow as well, the ACC Tournament game, Louisville against North Carolina, and then the winner of this takes on number 3 seeded Duke. I'll have both of those streams for you guys tomorrow. So here we are early in this one. I'm going to go over the box score, leading the scoring 6 points right now for the Pitt Panthers would be Jared Wilson Frame, who's a perfect 2 for 2 from 3-point land, leading the way for Pitt. Currently, 4 points chipping in as well as Adese Toney of Pitt. For Syracuse, looks like that is Frank Howard, who has 6 points right now for Pitt, and Buddy Boeheim with 2 points chipping in as well. So yeah, good start to this one with 15:25 left to go in this game. Pitt is shooting the ball at 75% from the field right now. They're only attempted 4 shots. They've made 3 of them, so that's where the 75% shooting percentage comes from. Syracuse is 3 for 8 shooting from the field. The Orange are out rebounding the Panthers right now 4-2, and other than that, Pitt's a perfect 2 for 2 from the 3-point line. Yeah, that's a big game for St. John's tonight as well. They're right on the bubble. They're playing DePaul tonight. I'll go over the box scores throughout the game as well. My team's the PC Friars. I live 20 minutes away from Providence, and yeah, they could surprise people, and they could possibly win the whole Big East tournament. I haven't checked up on that final score, but Providence. Oh, wow. So Providence crushed Butler again, 80-57. They've played Butler 3 times in the past 15 days. But yeah, another win. They play against Villanova next. Villanova hasn't been that strong as of late. They lost to Xavier a few weeks ago. They lost to Seton Hall on Saturday. There's been trouble. Like, Villanova's had some trouble shooting 3-point shots. They attempt around 33-point shots per game, which is like top 10 in all college basketball right now, but Villanova's had a hard time converting the past few games on those 3-point shots. We'll see what happens when Providence plays them in the next game. But yeah, this is a must-win game for St. John's in order to be in the tournament. Shamori Pons is going to have to get that team back on track in order to get into the tournament, as St. John's started out the season just red hot. I think they started out like 12-0, 13-0, and they've just fallen right now. But here we go. We're almost back to action here. Syracuse and Pitt. Syracuse gets the inbound. They pass the ball to the left side of the perimeter. They try to dribble baseline, and another charge right there. What is up, little man knows sports? Thank you so much for joining me back on the channel. Got quite the upset here already. Pitt is up 10-8. It's a close game, though, so still a lot of time left to go. Yeah, if Michigan makes it to the Big Ten title game, I should have that stream for you Sunday at 3:30. So I'll be doing the Big Ten title game. I might be doing the SEC title game as well, 1 p.m. on Sunday. So here we are back to action, and Pitt with the ball as they dribble around the perimeter there at the right wing of the 3-point perimeter. They feed the ball in. Baseline jumper, no good off the rim. And the ball did go out of bounds with 14:54 left to go in the first. So O'Shea Brissett here will get the inbound once again for Syracuse. It's a 2-point game. The Orange are down with 14:50 left to go in the first. They take the ball past the timeline at the right side of the timeline, dribbling to the right wing of the perimeter. So they have the ball now at the top of the key here for the Orange. Passing the ball at the top of the free throw circle, backing his way inside O'Shea Brissett, and he gets fouled on the play by Pitt. Audice Tony just picked up the foul for Pitt, so that's his second foul of the game so far. Pitt just committed their fourth foul as a team right now. It'll be another inbound by Syracuse with 14:37 left to go before the half. They get the ball in, and now they're dribbling, floating it up in the key, and one of their players falls down, and he falls down hard. That's number 34 for Syracuse, Barami Sadibi, who just fell down right under the basket in the key, and it looks like Seti and Deer picks up the foul for Pitt. So yeah, before this game even happened, I had no clue, like the two players of both, all the players of these teams, because I haven't covered Syracuse and Pitt this season. So yeah, it was quite an adventure trying to figure out how to pronounce some of these names of these players. Free throw circle jumper, no good by Syracuse, and it gets rebounded by Pitt here. Malik Ellison with a rebound for the Panthers as they're at the top of the key. They pass the ball now back to the top of the key to the right wing of the perimeter. Pitt now at the left wing of the perimeter. They feed it down baseline low to Terrell Brown. He tried to kick the ball back outside, and it's stolen away by Syracuse with 14 minutes left to go in the first. Frank Howard with a steal on his resume. He passes the ball inside the key, and we got ourselves a foul again called by Pitt with 13:59 left to go in the first. So I'm going to update you guys with the score. Once again, Malik Ellison picked up the foul. And there will be another inbound by Syracuse here. So Howard looking to pass the ball in. He does. Passes the ball to the left wing of the perimeter here for the Orange. And they dribble out towards the New York Life logo. Pass the ball again to the left wing of the perimeter. Dribbling towards the top of the key here for Syracuse, as they're around that 3-point arc. And now at the free throw circle. And free throw circle, step back jumper. No good off the top of the iron. That one rimmed out, rebounded by Sadi and Deer of Pittsburgh. So now Pitt with the ball there at the right wing of the 3-point perimeter. And now to the top of the key. They pass the ball left wing back to the top of the key. Feed the ball down inside the low post underneath the basket. And there's another foul called, and Pitt will go to the line to shoot two. Terrell Brown will be shooting two at the free throw line. Looks like Barama Sadibi is the guilty party there for Syracuse. He gets charged with the foul. So Terrell Brown for Pittsburgh is right now currently fourth in the ACC in blocks per game. He averages just below 2 blocks per game. He's also a 67% free throw shooter, but he just sinked in his first one. It's 11-8 Pitt. First shot went home at the free throw line. He'll get a second opportunity here. And that one hits as well. 12-8, Pitt's up by 4. Syracuse has not scored in the last few minutes in this game. Been awfully quiet in scoring here as the Orange will get the ball. And the Syracuse Orange are not actually in their orange jerseys tonight. They're in the white home jerseys with the orange lettering. Pitt in the dandelion yellow jerseys with a dark blue lettering. Syracuse with the ball. They have it at the top of the key. Now to the left wing of the perimeter. Under 13 minutes left to play before halftime, and that ball was almost tipped up in the air and stolen by Pitt. Syracuse does get it back and try to work their way inside the low post. No good off the shot, and it's rebounded by Pitt there. Malik Ellison with a rebound. They try to go coast to coast, and Pitt gets fouled on the play with 12:43 left to go in the first. So Malik Ellison got the rebound off of that, and Pitt tried to score inside, and they did get fouled as well. So that's the 5th foul picked up by Syracuse in the first half. Pitt with 6 fouls charged on them there. And the Panthers at the free throw line. They hit their first once again. So Deese Tony, who's shooting 2 at the free throw line. Tony is a 65% free throw shooter this season. As this Pitt team has 3 freshmen in the starting 5. And the second one connects 14-8. Pitt's up by 6. Deese Tony with 6 points as well. He's a perfect 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. Syracuse now with the ball. They take it past the timeline. They have it at the top of the key, passing it over to the right wing, dribbling towards that free throw circle. Looking for a man who's open. They back it out to the top of the key, and now it's a left wing 3 from the outside. No good. Hits the top of the iron, and Pitt had it for a second on the rebound. Syracuse steals it back and puts it up and in. O'Shea Brissett making sure he stole that one underneath from Malik Ellison. And got back that ball and banked the shot home off the backboard. 14-10. Syracuse finally scored a point, or scored a basket there. 12 minutes left to go in the first. Pitt's up by 4. Top of the key 3 by Pitt. Oh, hits it from the outside. Top of the key 3. Right there. 17-10 for Pitt. They are up by 7. And thank you guys so much for the score updates. Big game for St. John's, and they're trading 3 points right there. Syracuse and Elijah Hughes hits that one from the left corner. 17-13, 11 and a half left to go. 4-point lead by Pitt. Pitt's at the top of the key. Now they feed it inside underneath the basket, and it looks like we got a player who tripped down right there. As that was Malik Ellison. He was underneath the basket trying to dribble down low. He got tripped on it. 11-14 left to go. The foul was called on Malik Dolajah of Syracuse. And that's the 6th team foul called. Committed by Syracuse. So right now I'm going to update you guys with the score. 17-13. It's up by 4. We're on a TV timeout right now. Going to look at that scoreboard for you guys, see what's going on in college basketball right now. Looks like St. John's is up. So we'll see how many points Shamori Pons finishes after the end of this one for St. John's in that game. Big game for them. Providence moving on to the next round of the Big East play as they play against number 1 seeded Villanova in the Big East next as they beat Butler 80-57. So how about this? Wow. So TCU, I was looking at the score earlier. They were crushing Oklahoma State, but Oklahoma State came back. TCU still won 73-70. TCU is currently on the bubble. They have a conference record of 7-11. So both of those teams, TCU and Texas, they have some big games coming up. Both of those bubble teams. Looks like Arizona is done from college basketball this season. What a devastating season for Arizona. Just not much going on for them at all. They lost against USC 78-65. As it's such a disappointing year for the Zona Wildcats. 17-15 they finished with their record, and just wasn't a good year at all. Not a whole lot of great recruiting in the past year for Arizona or so. Young talent is not looking that great over there at Arizona. They're trying to bounce back with a strong recruiting class this year to make up for how this season went down. But yeah, that Pac-12 has been such a disappointment this season. St. John's currently up against DePaul. We have about 14-27 left to go in the first as I'm looking at that ESPN scoreboard. It's 13-4 in that game. And the team to watch out for in the Pac-12 would be the Oregon Ducks. They're red hot right now. They're finally getting their mojo back as they lost Ball in non-conference play. They've had a lot of players off the team due to injury. They've had a couple of top key players off their team transfer, and they're finally getting their roster together, and they've got hot towards the end of the Pac-12 season play at the right time. They play against Washington State tonight. I think that game tips off at around 11 p.m. Eastern time. So I'm curious to see that automatic bid in the Patriot League. Colgate against Bucknell. And yeah, oh wow. So Colgate beat Bucknell. So Colgate gets a lock into the March Madness tournament. Now they beat Bucknell 94-80. So I believe that Bucknell's been in the tournament the past 3 years, and they just knocked them out in the Patriot League title game. So Jordan Burns with a 35-point game for Colgate tonight, putting them back into the March Madness tournament. I can't even remember the last time that Colgate played in the March Madness tournament because Bucknell's been there quite often from the Patriot League. So here we are. We're almost getting ready to go back to action between Pitt and Syracuse off that TV timeout, as Pitt here gets the inbound as they pass the ball over to the left wing. Here we are back to action. 11-10 left to go in the first. Pitt with a 4-point lead, 17-13. They pass it to the right wing of the 3-point perimeter. And now they're at the right elbow trying to dribble inside the key. And what a block from behind right there. That was a huge block by Syracuse as the ball gets knocked out of bounds, and Pitt looked like they also tipped it out of bounds. So the ball goes back to Syracuse here in the inbound. 10:58 left to go in the first. And yeah, the ref hands the ball over to Syracuse. They get the inbound. So the Orange now with the ball off the inbound. They take it past the timeline. They put the ball into the hands of Elijah Hughes now, and he has it at the top of the key, passes the ball back. Syracuse with the ball, passing around the perimeter there to the top of the key, pass it. Right wing three from the outside. No good off the top of the iron. There's a fight for the rebound, an offensive rebound by Syracuse, and Pitt with a steal, trying to go the distance, and they jam it down. Xavier Johnson with a steal, and he finishes to the rim. 19-13. Pitt up by 6 right now with 10:18 left to go in the first. Huge steal by Johnson. We'll try this again with Syracuse. They're at the right wing of the perimeter. They pass the ball to the right corner here. And another steal by Pitt. Wow, so back-to-back steals. 10:05 left to go in the first. 6-point lead by Pitt. Terrell Brown with a steal that time. Pitt now with the ball. They're at the top of the key. Setting up the offense here. They pass the ball left wing of the perimeter, back to the top of the key to the right wing here. Top of the key to the left wing. Lots of passing around the perimeter. They feed the ball at the free throw circle. Kick it back outside. Now they try to dribble low post. They feed it into their man inside, and another foul called underneath the basket. Looked like number 33 for Syracuse went down, and that's an offensive foul called by Pitt. So number 33, that was Elijah Hughes for Syracuse, just got knocked down by a Pitt player underneath the basket. So it was an offensive foul by Pitt. There's been a lot of fouls so far in this one. Pitt's committed 7 fouls. Syracuse has committed 6. Orange get the ball back off the inbound. They're at the right side of the 3-point perimeter. Now to the top of the key here for Syracuse. They're down by 6. 19-13. Pitt with a lead. 9:25 left to go before halftime. Syracuse with the ball, feeding at baseline at the right side. Now they pass it all the way to the left wing of the perimeter. That was dangerous. Almost went over the head of a Pitt player right there. Top of the key 3. And no good on right there, close to the shot clock violation. They did get it off. It did hit the rim. Rebounded by Pitt here. So the Panthers will set up the offense. As they do so, they're at the top of the key, calling out the play. Awesome. Thanks for the update, man. So here we are, left wing of the perimeter, and that ball's stolen away. They try to feed that one cross to the other side of the perimeter, and they got tipped right in the middle of the key. So Syracuse gets the steal. Frank Howard with that steal. That's the second one. Deep 3 from downtown, and they connect with it. 19-16. Buddy Boeheim, the coach's son, has 5 points right now for Syracuse. Gonna update you guys with a score. Great game so far between both of these teams. Pitt trying to pull off the upset here with 8:31 left to go. But Buddy Boeheim dialing up that 3 ball. The coach's son, Jim Boeheim's son, as he averages 6.2 points per game. He already has 5 in the early stages here. So this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. If you haven't done so already, feel free to like, share, subscribe to my videos. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions throughout the ACC tournament. Whoever wins this game, I'll be doing the next stream for that team when they play against number 3 seeded Duke in the next one as well. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a huge game for Oklahoma tonight. They're right on the bubble, basically. So here we are back to action between Pitt and Syracuse with 8:26 left to go. Pitt with the ball now. They're passing around the perimeter. Lots of big games with these bubble teams over the course of the next few days. TCU won today, so that helps out their cause, even with a 7-11 record inside the Big 12. And we do have another foul called on the play, and Pitt will reset the offense here off the inbound. The score is Pitt 19, Syracuse 16. We have 8:10 left to go before halftime. The shot no good by Pitt. They do get the offensive rebound, and another foul called. And it looks like Malik Ellison will shoot 2 at the free throw line for the Panthers. Malik Ellison is a 57% free throw shooter. Put on my paper right there. Distinguishing between a 7 and a 1. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. First shot goes down. 20-16. Pitt's up by 4. And second one goes down as well. 21-16. And it's back to a 5-point game. Malik Ellison got his first 2 points of the game right there. Syracuse now with the ball. Dribbling towards the right side of the 3-point perimeter. Now they pass it off to the top of the key. Looking for a man who's open. Passes to the right wing of the 3-point perimeter here. That is Buddy Boeheim, the coach's son, who has 5 points right now. Now it's to the left wing. They dribble baseline, and that one gets denied as that was a block by Terrell Brown. So Pitt now with the ball. They're trying to drive to the basket, and they couldn't get the slam, but they kicked the ball back outside, and the 3-point shot by Pitt goes down from the top of the key. 24-16. Jared Wilson Frame with 12 points right now. And a timeout called by Jim Boeheim. Going to update you guys with the score, and thank you so much for updating me with other scores here in the chat. Feel free to do so as well. Thank you so much, as that's keeping me updated on other college basketball games as well. So, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Vanderbilt's currently winless in the SEC. They've never won a conference game this season. They took Tennessee to overtime, though, and lost against Tennessee. They almost beat Tennessee earlier this season. I just updated the score here in the chat. 8-point lead by Pitt right now. So it's surprising 8-point lead currently. I'm going to look at the box score here. Let's see the leading scores right now. Jared Wilson Frame. Yeah, no problem. I appreciate you for joining me in here. I'll have games tomorrow night. I'll be doing the 7 o'clock game, Louisville against North Carolina, and then I'll be back for the 9:30 game. The winner of this one will take on Duke, the number 3 seed, tomorrow night. And then I'll have the semifinal games from the ACC tournament on Friday. Whatever the top regions are, whoever comes out of that, possibly Virginia, I'll have them in the semifinals against whoever comes out of the other top region of that semifinals, because there's games in the ACC going on tomorrow around 12 and 2:30, but I'm not able to stream those games because I have work. I work from 8:30 to 5 or so. But yeah, I'll have plenty of games this week. 2 games tomorrow night, 7 and 9:30. 2 games on Friday night, 7 and 9:30. And then Saturday night, I'll have the ACC tournament final. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think you have to create a YouTube account in order to sub for some reason. But yeah, if you do have a YouTube account and it doesn't work, just like keep on trying, keep on refreshing. That's so weird that it won't let you sub. Maybe you just have like a Gmail account or something like that you created, but not a YouTube. I don't know. That's so weird. But it should allow you to sub. Yeah. And yeah, I should hopefully have that one on Sunday at 1 o'clock as well. The SEC tournament, and then the Big Ten tournament 3:30 on Sunday, and then March Madness after that. I don't have cable back in my house, so it'll most likely be like all CBS games for the March Madness for me. But if I ever go over my friend's house to stream, because sometimes I want him to get on my stream a couple times for the tournament if he's around, then we might choose a couple games from like TBS or TNT, True TV, to sub to do those games if they look like better teams and there were like larger fan bases. But here we are back to action. Syracuse is down by 8. And they have the ball passing around the right corner of the perimeter here for the Orange to the top of the key. To the right wing again of the perimeter. Left wing 3 from the outside. And no good off the top of the iron. Rebounded by Jared Wilson Frame. We're not sure who's playing on CBS until after the Selection Sunday schedule happens. I think like whoever does the scheduling committee will let you know what games go on CBS, what games they put on True TV and TNT and TBS. But usually they put like the best games on CBS. Like they'll put like the better games, like the closer games. Like I remember last year, like my team that I always root for, I'm only like 40 minutes away from them. I'm from Massachusetts, but I'm right like on the Rhode Island border. I've grown up going to University of Rhode Island basketball games. I'm a big Rhode Island Rams fan. I've been to the Ryan Center around like 6 or 7 times in my lifetime. Rhode Island played in the first game last year on CBS, the 12-15 game. They were a 7 seed. They played against number 10 seeded Oklahoma. So it will most likely be something like that, like close seeds on CBS, like a 10 versus 7. Because I remember the next day, my other favorite team was playing same time. It was Providence against Texas A&M, and that was the same time, 12-15 CBS, and I believe it was a 10 versus 7. But they usually put on those schedules, like the closer games, like the better matchups they think that could possibly be like buzzer beaters or so on CBS. So the score right now is 24-18. Pitt is up as Syracuse hit 2 at the free throw line with Pascal Chukwu. And Pitt now with the ball. They pass to the left wing of the perimeter, back to the top of the key as they kick the ball inside. And nice pass inside with a putback slam right there by Pitt. That was Terrell Brown who put back the slam dunk right there. 4 points tonight for Terrell. 26-18. As now Syracuse has the ball. They're at the top of the key. They pass the ball off, and they dribble to the right side of the perimeter here. Pass the ball to the right corner 3. Oh, he connects from the outside, and he's fouled as well. So that was a big shot for Syracuse to get right back in it. Elijah Hughes connects, and we'll see if he can make this a 4-point play. So, yeah, I remember those 4-point plays. 4-point plays, they haven't been as much recent in college basketball. You barely even see them that much. But I remember there was one big one a few years ago in the tournament. It's the first round. It was Stephen F. Austin against VCU. And VCU fouled Stephen F. Austin with like 4 seconds remaining. And Stephen F. Austin hit the 3-point shot. And they got fouled on it to make it a 4-point play to tie the game and put it into overtime. And I think that wrecked everybody's brackets or so because they were like a 12 seed that year. But here we are, Pitt with the ball underneath the basket. They're up by 4. They kick the ball back outside. Right wing 3. And wow, what a 3-point shot by Jared Wilson Frame. He has 15 points. How about this? 5 for 6 from 3-point range. 29-22, Pitt's up by 7. Syracuse now with the ball, moving around the perimeter with it. They have it at the top of the key here. Wow. Yeah. I must think the 5-point play, that shot was missed by Syracuse. Malik Ellison got the rebound. The 5-point play must be with like a technical included or so. That's the only thing that I can think of right there. Besides, if you hit the 3-point shot, you get fouled, you go to the line, you miss the free throw, your team gets the offensive rebound and then puts it up and in. But we got 5:04 left to go in the first, and Pitt's at the free throw line as well. They hit their first shot at the charity stripe, 30-22. Pitt's up by 8 right now. And second shot at the free throw line. Make it a 9-point game for Pitt. Wow. So Syracuse back with the ball, and they're down by 9. Top of the key here for the Orange, and there's another foul called on the play. Terrell Brown just committed his second foul for Pitt. I'm going to update you guys with the score once again. Oh, wow, getting close there. Still early. We'll see if St. John's can hold on and go to the tournament, because DePaul, every single year, DePaul's always been at like the bottom of the Big East. They haven't been to the tournament in a long time, DePaul. First shot from the line was a miss by Syracuse. Second one went down as 31-23. Marek Dolaja just got his first point of the game there at the free throw line. Pitt now with the ball at the top of the key. So they pass the ball left wing of the 3-point perimeter here for the Panthers. And now they feed the ball inside underneath the basket. Jumper, and he gets it home right there. Malik Ellison with his 4th point of the game. 10-point lead, largest lead of the game for Pitt. 33-23 with 4:20 left to go before halftime. Syracuse with the ball at the right side of the 3-point perimeter. As they're passing the ball around, they try to go for the jumper at the right elbow. No good. They miss it. It gets rebounded by Pitt here. Terrell Brown snagged his 5th rebound. Top of the key for Pitt. No good. And an offensive foul, though. Offensive rebound by Pitt right there. Not foul. Here we go. 33-23. 10-point game. 3:50 left to go in the first. Syracuse now with the ball moving inside, and they do bank it home. O'Shea Brissett gets down with 33-25 with 3:40 left to go. Pitt now moving the ball around the 3-point perimeter. Now they have it at the free throw circle. They kick it back outside to the right wing here of the 3-point perimeter. They feed the ball over the top, underneath the basket on the lob pass. They get stripped of the ball, and it bounces off a Pitt player's knee right there. It'll be a turnover back to Syracuse. That was number 21, Terrell Brown, dribbling underneath the bucket right there, who lost control of the ball. And Syracuse will get the ball back here on the inbounds when we do get back after the TV timeout. Going to update you guys with the score right now. It's Pitt 33, Syracuse 25, with 3:21 left to go before halftime. We're back tomorrow again. Louisville against North Carolina. Number 7, Louisville playing against number 2 seeded UNC. And then the winner of this game, either Pitt or Syracuse, takes on number 3 seeded Duke tomorrow night. As I'll have both of those streams for you guys. The 7 p.m. stream and the 9 p.m. or 9:30 p.m. stream as well. So, wow, West Virginia up against Oklahoma right now, 27-22. So, Oklahoma currently on the bubble. They need that win. They also have 8 seniors on their team. So, this would be a killer if they cannot get to the tournament with a 19-13 record. Basically the same. I think that's like the same record as last season's team with Trae Young, basically. 27-24 now, Oklahoma with 5.5 remaining before halftime. Basically down by 3 against West Virginia. Let's see about the other games that went on right here as I try to look at my scoreboard. Oh, wow. So, yeah, Vanderbilt's losing. Yeah, they were last place in the SEC. They were winless in the conference this season. There's been years that they've been really good, though. Like, I think they were like a 4 seed one of the years when I was like in high school. I think like 2013 in that March Madness tournament, they were a 4 seed, but then they played Murray State and they got upset that year to Murray State. But yeah, St. John's 24-19 right now up against DePaul. That's what I have as a score. North Texas beating Florida International 29-22. This is very interesting. North Texas for a long time, they were like considered a really, really good team, like a sleeper team in the bracket. They started out the season, I think, with like a 17-2 record, and now they have a record of 20-11. They have an 8-10 record in Conference USA. They started out the season so well, and then they just kept on losing game after game or so. Last year, the Conference USA champion Marshall, they went to the March Madness tournament last year. They're up 9-0 right now against Rice. Marshall last year in the tournament, they beat Wichita State in the first round. They were just draining 3-point shot after 3-point shot, and then the next round after that, they played against West Virginia in the round of 32, and they got crushed in that round. But yeah, I saw some of that game last year, Marshall against Wichita State. It seemed like all the 3-point shots were just going down for Marshall. They were just taking these ridiculous, like, 3-point shots from, like, the parking lot. It was insane. Like, 28-foot shots from outside. As here we are, back to action, Pitt and Syracuse. As Pitt has an 8-point lead, 33-25, with 3:05 left to go in the first. And looks like we do have a... Yeah, that was oh, wow, offensive foul call by Syracuse there. So Syracuse did get the ball back on the inbound, but the foul was called on the offensive end. So Pitt, with 3 minutes left before halftime, has the ball. They take it past the timeline here. The Pitt Panthers pass it out to the left wing of the 3-point perimeter. Now they pass it to the top of the key here for the Pitt Panthers. With 2:40 left to go in the first, 10 on the shot clock. Jumper inside. The right elbow jumper, no good by Pitt. Rebounded by Syracuse. 2:35 left to go before halftime. O'Shea Brissett with the rebound for the Orange. Left wing three from the outside. No good by Syracuse. And an offensive rebound by Elijah Hughes sets up the offense once again for the Orange. They're at the top of the key here. Pass it off to the right wing of the 3-point perimeter here for Syracuse. Back to the top of the key here for the Orange. They pass it, and that's a left baseline jumper, deep two. No good by the Orange. Rebounded by Pitt. Xavier Johnson with a ball now. Jared Wilson-Frame got the rebound. Pitt tried to lob it up over the top under the basket to Malik Ellison, but it was stolen away by Syracuse, trying to take it to the distance. And the reverse hand layup goes up and in by Jalen Carey. Number 5, the freshman from Harlem, New Jersey, puts that one down. So he gets his first 2 points of the game. Pitt's up 33-27. We have 1:40 left before halftime. Pitt now with the ball. They're at the top of the key. They pass it to the left wing of the perimeter, back to the top of the key. Now to the free throw circle. They pass it right wing of the 3-point perimeter. No good. Hits the top of the iron. And it gets rebounded by Syracuse. Syracuse now with the ball. Right wing three. And they connect from the outside. 33-30. Elijah Hughes has connected on 3 3-point shots of this game so far tonight out of 5 attempts. Pitt with a 3-point lead now, 33-30. We have 1:05 left to go before halftime. Pitt at the top of the key with the ball. They pass it off to the left wing of the perimeter. They dribble towards that right wing of the 3-point perimeter. They have the ball in their hands with 52 seconds remaining before halftime. Top of the key here for Pitt, dribbling inside. Free throw circle jumper, no good. And rebounded by Syracuse, but Pitt just stripped the ball from behind and got it back on the steal. So here we are, Pitt with the ball, and they set up the offense. 22 on the shot clock, 34 on the game clock before halftime. 13-second differential. Pitt with the ball. 25 seconds left on the game clock. 10 on the shot clock. They take the three ball. They hit it from the outside. 36-30. Jared Wilson Frame with 18 points. A phenomenal 6 for 9 shooting from the outside in the first half. Pitt with a 6-point lead trying to go in at half. 8 seconds left. Syracuse with the ball at the free throw circle. Oh, they get stripped of the ball in the lane. Pitt with a steal. Syracuse gets it back, though. They take the deep three near half court and miss it at the horn. And Pitt with a shocker here. They're up by 6 at halftime. Wow. So I'm going to update you guys with the score here. 36-30. A number 14 seeded Pitt Panthers right now at the half, up against the number 6 seeded, the Syracuse Orange. Wow, so yeah, wasn't expecting that one early on in this game, but Jared Wilson Frame of the Pitt Panthers has gone off in this one. If you haven't done so already, feel free to like my video and share and subscribe to my channel if you like as well. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. I do play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games. Whoever wins this game, I'll be doing the play-by-play live reactions to the game tomorrow when they take on the number 3 seeded Duke Blue Devils. So right now we're at halftime. Just going to go over those top scores here before the half. Jared Wilson Frame leading the way, 18 points at halftime right now for the Pitt Panthers, as he averages 12.2 points per game. Jared Wilson Frame is second on the team in scoring behind Xavier Johnson coming into this game, who averages 15.6 points per game. Xavier Johnson only got held to 2 points in that first half right now. We look to Syracuse, and the leading scorer for the Orange is Elijah Hughes. He has 10 points currently, 3 for 5 shooting from behind the arc. And Elijah Hughes on the season coming into this game averages 13.4 points per game. So I'm just going to go over some of the team stats before we look at the scores of the other games going on in college basketball right now. So, yeah, wow. So North Texas is pulling away in their game at the moment there. They were looking so good earlier in the season. They started out the season, it was incredible. It was like 16 or 17-2 or something like that. And then they just kept on losing games down the stretch, finished with a 8-10 record inside Conference USA. But yeah, they're putting quite the beat on Florida International right now. As I'm aware of it, looking at the ESPN scoreboard currently, it looks like St. John's is tied with DePaul at 27 right now, with under 4 left to play before halftime. So that's the score right there. The only game that hasn't tipped off tonight is Washington State against Oregon. So that game will tip off. That's, of course, a late game, 11:30 p.m. Eastern time there. That's, of course, the West Coast matchup way out there. So Pitt right now shooting the ball at 42% at halftime. Syracuse is shooting the ball at 35% at the half. Also, Pitt is out rebounding Syracuse 18-15. And what else do we have here as I'm looking at the team stats? Pitt shooting the ball 6 for 10 from behind the arc. Syracuse is 6 for 16 right now, shooting the 3 ball from behind the arc. So that's some of the team stats here. Of course, the winner of this game goes on to play number 3 seeded Duke in the next matchup. That game will tip off tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'll have that stream for you guys. I'll have the game at 7 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow night as well. Number 7 Louisville takes on number 2 North Carolina. And it looks like UCLA is out to a huge lead against Stanford inside the Pac-12 tournament right now. In their first round game, it's 40-24. UCLA is up against Stanford. Looking at the college basketball scores of what's going on today, there was a couple of weeks ago, Illinois looked red hot. They beat Michigan State during that week. They looked red hot. They also had beat Maryland, who was in the top 25 when they played them. And there were a couple other teams that they beat as well. They went on like a 3-game winning streak, but Illinois finished up the season 11-20, 7-13 in the Big Ten. They're currently up in their first round game against Northwestern, 41 39. So that's a close game between both of those teams. Vanderbilt, of course, winless in the SEC, and they're losing once again as they are losing against Texas A&M 26-17 in the SEC first round of that tournament right there. And we got ourselves a tie game here between West Virginia and Oklahoma with about 1:45 left to go before halftime. This is a problem for Oklahoma. They have 8 seniors on their roster, and that would be a shame if they missed out on the NCAA tournament. As the Oklahoma Sooners right now, they're in trouble, right on the bubble with a 19-12 record, 7-11 in the Big 12. They cannot afford to lose against the West Virginia Mountaineers tonight in the first round. I'm seeing what else we got here for college basketball. Other games going on. It's like games inside the MEAC or so in that conference that's going on. In Conference USA, Marshall is beating Rice 19-8. Marshall went into the March Madness tournament last year where they pulled off a huge upset against Wichita State in the first round. Marshall was a 13 seed last year, beat Wichita State in that first round game, and then they played against number 5 seeded West Virginia in last year's March Madness bracket and got crushed by them. But right now they're up against Rice 19-8. And of course, this game's has an upset right now starting to form as we're at halftime as Pitt's up by 6 against Syracuse. We'll see if Jim Boeheim's squad can make any adjustments during the second half or so. They're playing against a Pitt Panthers team that's with a first-year head coach, Jeff Capel, who he was head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners for the past 5 years. So he was the head coach for Trae Young last year, where they made it to the March Madness tournament. They were one of the last teams in the tournament. They were a 10 seed who played Rhode Island and lost their first round game in the very first game of the round of 64 in the tournament last year. But for the Pitt Panthers this season, they started out the season 6-0. They had a non-conference record of 10-3 before they went inside the ACC conference play, and that's where they posted a 3-15 record. But they are coming off a 2-game winning streak with that 3-15 conference record. They beat Notre Dame on Saturday 56-53. Trey McGowan's had 16 points off the bench for Pitt in that game. As it looks like Trey McGowan's has not scored this game. Still held scoreless at 0 points, but he was also the leading scorer against Boston College. He had 26 points in their first round game on Tuesday, where Pitt beat BC 80-70. BC was the number 11 seed, but looking good for Pitt so far, and you can thank that man right there, Jared Wilson Frame, the senior from Hartford, Connecticut, who has 18 points at halftime. He's shooting the ball 6 for 9 right now from 3-point range. What is up, Tim? Thank you so much for joining me back on the chat. I appreciate it. So, yeah, we got a pretty good upset right here at halftime brewing right now. Pitt's up 36-30 against Syracuse. I'll be back tomorrow night with 2 games. The 7 p.m. game between North Carolina, who's the number 2 seed, and number 7 seeded Louisville in the ACC tournament. And then whoever wins this game, I'll have the winner of this game taking on number 3 Duke tomorrow night. And then I'll be back on Friday night again. Friday I'm doing the 7 p.m. game as well, and the 9:30 p.m. the semifinals of the ACC tournament, and then of course the ACC tournament final on Saturday night 8:30 p.m. So a lot of tournament action here. So a lot of stuff to tune into. Also, I'll be doing the Big Ten tournament at 3:30 p.m. on Sunday, and also most likely the SEC tournament 1 p.m. Sunday as well. So yeah, Pitt right now coming in the number 14 seed, and they're up at halftime against the number 6 seed Syracuse 36-30. So interesting right now what's been going on in this game. But yeah, a lot of these teams on the bubble, they need to either get the W here or it's win or go home. Basically, Oklahoma at the half is up 35-33 against West Virginia. Oklahoma is currently one of those bubble teams. TCU beat Oklahoma State today by 3, so TCU got a pretty big win to increase their chances at getting an at-large spot in that tournament. If they had lost to Oklahoma State, well, yeah, it would have been a done deal for TCU. It would have been NIT for them. But yeah, so much college basketball going on today. Can't believe that I'm just making it through right now. Usually I'm going to bed around this time or so. I, I work from 8:30 to 5 p.m. I usually get home around like 5:25 or so, and then I go here usually around like 7 o'clock to stream most of these nights. But there hasn't been a late game that started this late for me, but it'll be interesting come the tournament. There, like usually the last game that tips off is like 10:05 at night or something like that. That it usually gets delayed because a game goes into overtime at that site beforehand or something like that. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting when I do that last game of the night for the tournament, game number 4 on CBS usually, because it'll probably end around midnight or so, and I don't think I've ever stayed up for a full game ever. That's been like the late tip off or so. I've always fallen asleep somehow, so it'll be interesting how I keep myself up here in the stream. Like I can't imagine the people watching Washington State against Oregon tonight. That game starts an hour from now. That's crazy. Like all the West Coast games, like I see the tip-off times of those, like Fresno State, Hawaii, like when they play, like even during like college football season, they start the games like at like 11 p.m. at night, like those West Coast games or so. It's crazy tip-off times for somebody who lives in Massachusetts as well. But yeah, definitely looking to make sure more people get in there tomorrow. I think more people will definitely join my chat in tomorrow. I got Duke and North Carolina playing in separate games. So hey, what's up, little man nose backup? Thank you so much for joining me. We're at halftime here, and actually Pitt with a quite an interesting game here. Pitt with a 6-point lead against Syracuse. Pitt's a number 14 seed in the ACC tournament. The winner of this game will take on the Duke Blue Devils next. I'll have that stream for you guys tomorrow night. I'll have the 7 p.m. stream. Oh, yeah. Awesome, man. I figured that you had 2 streams. That's definitely awesome. But yeah, I checked out your channel I think last week or the week before, and I was like, yeah, this is awesome content that you do, man. Awesome job with your channel. Keep up the good work. It's incredible what you do. But yeah, I'll be doing play-by-play live reactions throughout like all the way into the March Madness title game. That's April 8th here. And then after the season's getting done, I'm working on some video editing here and there that I'm gonna get you guys like uploading videos here of like highlight videos of what happened during college basketball season or so. So right after the national championship, I should be done with those videos. So hopefully those will come out as well. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it. This has been an interesting game. I actually don't have cable, so I'm able to stream the game off of my Xfinity internet off of ESPN3.com. But this has been so weird because the camera that they're giving me is called the below the rim, or yeah, under the rim cam, which has been like, it's been really tough to call this game because all the shots from this game has been under the rim, so I can't even see them. Like I don't know who the players are who's dribbling around like the 3-point line or so I can't tell who has the ball. So that's why I'm like right wing, top of the key, left wing. I don't know who the players are or anything until they get inside the low post and try to bank the shot home or so. But yeah, I cannot wait to the March Madness stream until I finally get all my games on CBS, and then I don't need to stream off of a computer one of the games here off one laptop, have another laptop, running the stream here, so I can just watch it straight off of my TV where they have the actual press box cameras, which is just so much easier than what ESPN supplied me with today. The first game with Louisville against Notre Dame, what they gave me for a camera was even worse than that one. They gave me like a spider camera, which was like a top of the court view from like on top, and it was really, really hard to make out the players that way. But usually I'm able to get the games on ESPN3 when I stream. I'm able to get the games through like one of those press box views, but they put the game in Spanish or so I can just put the game on mute and just call it to you guys in English that way. So it's awesome. But here we are. We're almost getting ready to go back to action very soon. Of course, more college basketball going on the next few days. And we look at that ACC tournament picture. We have 2 games tomorrow. I won't be able to stream both of those games tomorrow because I'm working during that time. But number 1 Virginia takes on number 8 North Carolina State. That's at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. And then a rematch of last week's game. Number 4 Florida State takes on number 5 Virginia Tech, as that game will tip off around 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. And oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys. I ordered a new webcam for my camera right now. I'm using the laptop webcam right now, but I ordered like the newest one on the market. It's like a Logitech webcam, and I ordered it 2 weeks ago on a Sunday night, and it just came in today. So I'm not sure if I'll have time this week to install the camera because I get home from work at 5 p.m. every day, and the next stream is at 7. So I think it requires some time to install the camera in, like a couple of hours. So when I have that downtime right after the NCAA Selection Sunday show, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna install the camera on Sunday night, and then I'll get the new camera in for the March Madness tournament starting next week. So it'll be a nice, bright, and clear picture for you guys. The newest HD picture with that Logitech webcam. It's like one of the newest ones on the market that I got. I think they released it like about a month ago or so. So yeah, I'm excited to introduce that for my March Madness tournament games. And that's when we get like a lot of people into the streams. That's where the majority of like the college basketball March Madness fans tune into. You got all the fans from like all the schools, but like the people who just love March Madness only and love to see the tournament, that also enjoy like other sports, but they also go to see the tournament. That's where there's going to be a huge increase in people, because there's a lot of people who do love to watch like other sports like the NBA, the NHL and stuff like that, but when it's March Madness time, nothing beats that. But here we are back to action. Syracuse with the ball down by 6. Here we are starting off the second half. Syracuse trying to maneuver inside. He could not get the shot home, but it's an offensive rebound by the Orange. So here we are back to action. Free throw circle jumper, and they connect with it. 36-32. Elijah Hughes with 12 points right now for the Orange. 19:33 left to go in this game. Hit up by 4. They have the ball now. They pass it to the left wing of the perimeter, now to the right wing. Here we are with the Pitt Panthers. Towards the top of the key, they pass it back to the left wing of the perimeter. And they keep on passing around the three-point line. They feed it inside the low post. They kick it back outside. The ball is almost stolen. They do get it back. They try to dribble inside the low post with 19:12 remaining, and it looks like there is a stoppage in time on the court. And Pitt will get the inbounds here with 19:12 left to go in the half. So here we are. Close game, 36-32. As they put that ball all the way into the backcourt, they inbounded that ball. They pass the ball off now as they pass the timeline. Now they're at the left side of the three-point perimeter. They pass it off to the right wing. They're passing around the three-point perimeter, and they do it quite often here for Pittsburgh. Now they feed it inside low post, and they get rejected. Syracuse now with the ball. Taking it up the court, this is Buddy Boeheim, who took it past the timeline. He passes the ball off and puts it into the hands of his teammate, tries to go low post, kicks the ball back outside, and a 3-ball goes down and puts this game to a 1-point game. 36-35, Elijah Hughes hits that shot. 15 points for Elijah Hughes. He hit that one from the left corner. What a game here. Pitt up by 1. They were leading by 6 at halftime. Top of the key 3. Oh, they trade 3-point shots, 39-35. Jared Wilson frame having a night, 21 points. They really want to meet Duke in the next game, don't they? 4-point lead here for Pitt. Syracuse now with the ball. They feed it baseline, kicks it back outside. They dribble low post. They put up the shot, and they hit it home as that one goes down. Buddy Boeheim with 7 points tonight, the coach's son. 39-37. Pitt up by 2. The Panthers have the ball. They pass it around the right wing of the perimeter, back to the top of the key, now to the left wing of the perimeter. Pitt with a right wing 3 from the outside. No good. It's the top of the iron. Rebounded by Syracuse. Yeah. Yep. Jim Boeheim is the coach of Syracuse, the Syracuse Orange, and his son, Buddy, plays on his team as well, the Syracuse Orange. So the score is Pitt 39, Syracuse 37. We have 17:36 left to go, and the Orange will inbound the ball. So they take it past the timeline here. Now they're dribbling towards the right side of the perimeter. They do have a player that fell down. That was number 23, Frank Howard, who did fall down. He did get the ball out to one of his teammates, and there's a top of the key 3, and he nails it from the outside. Buddy Boeheim, the coach's son, once again, 2 for 4 from behind the arc, and Syracuse takes the lead back 40-39, something that they haven't done in a while in this game. Pitt now with the ball, top of the key of the perimeter. They feed the ball back to the outside. 3 ball from the right wing, no good. Pitt was hitting the 3-point shots earlier, but maybe they need to get it to Jared Wilson frame. He's had a big night. And Pitt did get the offensive rebound. They try to dribble inside with it. They're underneath the basket, and little man gets blocked by big man right there. Number 1, Xavier Johnson, is 6'3", just got his shot denied by, I think that was number 13, Pascal Chukwu, 7'2", for Syracuse, who denied him under the basket. Syracuse is up 40-39. Orange with a 3-point shot. Oh, and they dial it up. Top of the key 3 once again. Buddy Boeheim hitting back-to-back 3s as the coach's son right now is doing it himself. So 43-39, Syracuse in a timeout call by Pittsburgh. I'm going to update you guys with a chat. If you haven't done so already, feel free to like my video, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions throughout the rest of the ACC tournament for the games that happen at night inside the ACC tournament. So stay in the know here with Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, and of course the March Madness tournament starting next week. So yes, Selection Sunday almost here on March 17th. They just updated you guys with the score. So Pitt has missed the past couple of 3-pointers, which has allowed Syracuse on the other end to go and transverse and hit shots from the top of the key to put themselves back in the game, courtesy of the coach's son, Buddy Boeheim. But right now we look to the leading scorers as Elijah Hughes for Syracuse is leading the way, 15 points during this TV timeout. Buddy Boeheim right behind them, 13 points. And for Pittsburgh, the leading scorer is 7 for 11 from 3-point range. That is Jared Wilson frame, who has 21 points tonight for the Pitt Panthers, keeping them in this game. Shooting from the field, Pitt is shooting the ball at 37% from the field. Syracuse is shooting the ball at 43% from the field from 3-point range. Syracuse is 9 for 19. Pitt is 7 for 13. And Pitt's out-rebounding Syracuse by the slimmest of margins, currently 20-19. So this has been a pretty close game. Right now, we're on the TV timeout here. Feel free to smash that like button down below. Like, share, subscribe to my channel if you guys would like. And the winner of this one will take on number 3, the Duke Blue Devils, in tomorrow's game, the late game, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, about the tip-off for that one tomorrow night. I'll have you guys covered in that game. So Syracuse this season, in the last 30 days for the Syracuse Orange, they have a record of 2-5 dating back to February 13th. They have 7 losses inside the top 25 this season. They have 3 wins out of AP top 25 teams. Their best win was against Duke at number 5 Duke, where they won 95-91. That was the game where Trey Jones suffered the injury about 7 minutes into that game, and Syracuse took them to overtime and won. That was the first. I think that was the second loss of the season for Duke. The first conference loss of the season was that one. Syracuse also beat Ohio State when they were inside the top 25. Ohio State started out the season 12-1, and Syracuse also beat Louisville 69-49. So those are their 3 wins against the AP top 25 this season. They have 7 losses against AP top 25 teams. They lost to Oregon when they were ranked in the top 25, and they also lost to the Buffalo Bulls, which could be a March Madness spoiler team out there in the MAC. But conference losses against top 25 teams came against Virginia Tech, Florida State, Duke, North Carolina, and Virginia. Here we are back to action. Syracuse is up by 4 against Pitt. Pitt has a record of 1-7 against AP top 25 teams. The only win they had against a top 25 team was against Florida State. They beat them 75-62 back on January 14th. Frank Howard just got charged with a foul committed by Syracuse. So Pitt will get the ball back on the inbound with 16:10 left to go. Pitt now at the top of the key with the ball. They pass it off to the right wing of the perimeter. Back to the top of the key. They feed it inside. Now kick it back outside for the Pitt Panthers, dribbling all over the court, and the ball went out of bounds. We're going to see with the refs if they turned it over. Syracuse fans are booing. They thought it was a turnover by Pitt. But it looks like Pitt's going to get the ball back here with 15:57 left to go. So it looks like we do have a timeout on the floor. We'll see after the commercial break who gets the ball back here. I'm going to update you guys with a score. Pitt is currently down by 4 against Syracuse. I am just so surprised that Pitt stayed in this game for so long as well. They were up at halftime by 6. And yeah, Jared Wilson-Frame's basically been the reason why for this Pitt Panthers team, why they've been able to come out strong in that first half. 21 points off of 7 3-point shots that he connected from behind the arc. The Pitt Panthers came into this game. They've won 2 games in a row, actually. They beat Notre Dame on Saturday, 56-53. Trey McGowan's led the scoring for Pitt that game. He had 16 points off the bench. I'm just going to check to see what he has tonight. I haven't heard much of him tonight at all. He's still scoreless. He has 0 points right now. He was the leading scorer for the past 2 games for Pitt, so they've been doing it in other ways here. And then, of course, the last game yesterday where they beat number 11 seed Boston College in the first round, 80-70. Trey McGowan's had 26 points that game. Xavier Johnson with 23 points yesterday for Pitt. It's been completely different for Pitt with Jared Wilson-Frame right now, 21 points. And then the second leading scorer on this Pitt team would be Audice Toney, who has 6 points right now. And then also in there with 4 points, there's a tie for 4 points with Malik Ellison off the bench with 4 points for Pitt. And then Terrell Brown with 4 points as well. But Xavier Johnson, the leading scorer for the Pitt Panthers this season, he averages 15.6 points per game. And he's also ranking 4th in the conference in assists per game. Right now, Xavier Johnson does have 4 assists right now in this game, but he's been held at 2 points, and he averages just below 16 points per game. So I'm just going to update you guys on the college basketball scoreboard. We'll see what's going on here in college basketball. Oklahoma is up against West Virginia, 43-38. It's basically win for Oklahoma, or it's lose and go to the NIT at this point, as they're currently on the bubble. Texas A&M up against Vanderbilt, 34-19. And let's see what else we got here. St. John's up at the half against DePaul, 39-35. I think that's basically it. Yeah, that's basically it for games going on right now. TCU beat Oklahoma State by 3 earlier on today. So TCU still on that bubble as they're right on the edge of that bracket. And they got a big win against Oklahoma State. We'll see what happens with Oklahoma's. That game is now in the second half as they have the 4-point lead against West Virginia. Here we are back after this commercial break. Pittsburgh against Syracuse. Pitt down by 4. Syracuse with a lead. 15:55 left to go. Pitt off the inbound. They missed a 3-point shot. Syracuse saves it before it goes out of bounds in transition. And O'Shea Brissett got the rebound there for Syracuse, but they lost the handle of the ball. Pitt with it back. They try to dribble inside. They missed a shot as they try to float it up inside the key. Syracuse with a rebound. 15:34 left to go. Syracuse dribbling baseline, kicks the ball back outside. Left wing 3. No good. Hits the front of the iron by the Orange. They save it again, but the ball goes into the hands of Pitt. Pitt sets up the offense. Now they're at the left side of the 3-point perimeter, now to the right wing. They put it into the hands at the top of the key for the Pitt Panthers here. They're down by 4. The score is 43-39. Syracuse with 15:05 left to go. They feed the ball down inside underneath the basket, and Syracuse steals it. Going the other way here, the Orange with the ball in transition, and they're going to back it out. 3 ball from the outside, no good by Buddy Boeheim of Syracuse. He couldn't hit that 3-point shot from the right wing. Rebounded by Terrell Brown of Pittsburgh. 3-pointer by Pitt. No good. Pitt just airballed that 3-point shot. So we have 14:38 left to go. Syracuse is up by 4. 43-39. They have the ball at the top of the key. They pass it off to the free throw circle, maneuvering inside. And the ball gets tipped out of bounds by the Orange. And it will go back to Pitt with 14:28 left to go. I'm going to update you guys with the score in this chat. If you haven't done so already, feel free to like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play live reactions throughout the rest of the ACC tournament during the night games that remain. 2 games tomorrow, 2 games on Friday. Just updated the score with a chat. Pitt with the ball at the free throw circle. They take the jump shot. They hit it. 43-41. Malik Ellison with his 6th point of the game right there for the Pitt Panthers. 14:12 left to go in regulation. Syracuse with the ball at the top of the key. And it's stolen away by Pitt. Steal by Xavier Johnson, and he slams it home. Takes it all the way coast to coast. Tie game at 43. 13:55 left to go. 3 ball from the outside by Syracuse, and they dial it up. Wow. Elijah Hughes with 18 points tonight for Syracuse. 46-43. What a game here. The Orange up by 3. Hit with the ball. They're at the top of the key. They pass the ball off to the left wing of the perimeter. Passing around the 3-point line. Alley-oop pass. No good. But there's a foul on the backside committed by Syracuse, and Pitt will shoot 2 at the line. So I'm going to update you guys with the down here below inside the chat with the latest score. Feel free to like my video, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions throughout the remainder of the ACC tournament night games, the 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. games, and keeping you up to date in the March Madness tournament. Here we are. 46-43. What a game we have. Pitt, the number 14 seed in the ACC tournament, playing against the number 6 seed, the Syracuse Orange. First shot at the line was a miss. Here's the second one from the free throw line. And that one's a miss as well. Hits the top of the iron by Terrell Brown. He's a 67% free throw shooter. Rebounded by Syracuse here. They take it past the timeline. That's the coach's son, Buddy Boeheim, who got the rebound for Syracuse. He's had quite the game today. Second on the team in scoring right now for Syracuse. They have the ball at the top of the key. They're up by 3. 13-15 left to go in this game. The Orange now trying to dribble inside. They float up the shot inside the low post, and no good. Pitt gets the rebound. They put the ball into the hands of Xavier Johnson. Takes it past the timeline here for the Pitt Panthers. Pitt down by 3. 13 minutes remaining. They're at the free throw circle. They cough it up. It's a steal by Syracuse. So Syracuse now with the ball. Pascal Chukwu got the steal right there for the Orange. So the Orange now with the free throw circle. Kicks it back outside. Left wing 3. Dials it up from the outside, and that one's good. 49-43, Orange up by 6. Frank Howard with a 3-point shot. I believe this is the biggest lead of the night so far by the Syracuse Orange. Pitt now with the ball. As they're at the left wing of the 3-point perimeter, they pass the ball off to the free throw circle. Trying to look for somebody who's open. They do. They pass it off. The jumper inside the key, no good. Syracuse gets the rebound. And there's a double team trap set up. Oh, a steal. Pitt underneath the basket, and they couldn't finish. They got the steal at their own end of the court. They had the ball underneath the basket. They couldn't finish. Syracuse just got the rebound. And there was a foul called with 12:06 left to go. Terrell Brown of Pitt just picked up the foul. Yeah, I've been following Syracuse throughout the years. I'm actually from Massachusetts, like right on the Rhode Island border. So my two favorite teams are the University of Rhode Island and PC. But yeah, I've always liked Syracuse. They've always done so well in the March Madness tournament. Like usually every single year, they'll like the past few years, they've been like a 10 or 11 seed, and like they've just come to play when it comes to the March Madness tournament. When history speaks, this team doesn't matter the seed. They know how to bust brackets and make it all the way to the Elite Eight and Final Four. 49-43, Syracuse up by 6. Thank you so much for joining me. Feel free to like, share, subscribe to my videos. Whoever wins this game, I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions. Tomorrow night, the winner will take on Duke. So I'll have that game for you guys as well. And Syracuse got that shot off the offensive rebound. They got fouled on the play, and we'll see if they can make it a 3-point play here after we get back from break. So Syracuse pulling away with their largest lead of the night, 51-43. I have no clue right now. Yeah, that was interesting. I'll look to see online if I can find anything about why he's not playing. I'm gonna update you guys with the score. 51-43. We have 11:50 left to go. I'm gonna see if I can find out about tie battle. This is my first time doing Syracuse this season. So yeah, this is pretty cool. I should be getting like a huge amount of people tomorrow night for my stream. If Syracuse moves on to play Duke, should be a good amount of people there. As I've done Duke and North Carolina like a bunch of times this season, and it always seems like those are the largest videos that I've done. But whoever moves on, I'll have that stream for you guys tomorrow night. I'll do the 7 o'clock game for the ACC tournament. Number 7 seeded Louisville plays against number 2 seed North Carolina. And then I'll be back for the game after that tomorrow night, the 9:30 game. Whoever wins this will play against number 3 seeded Duke. I'll also be back for the 2 games, the 7 p.m. game on Friday and the 9:30 p.m. game on Friday as well in the semifinals. And, of course, I'll have the ACC Tournament Championship on Saturday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. So it seems like it was determined around 5:40 p.m. today that Tyus Battle wouldn't play for Syracuse per a source right here. Huh. Let's see. Something. So Mike Waters wrote for Syracuse. I'm going to see if I can dig up. Yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering what the injury was, though, because I know I saw in the article that he was injured. I doesn't have anything off there in the Syracuse Twitter. But yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate the info right there. So looks like it was a bruised hip for the injury. If you haven't done so already, feel free to like my video, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing play-by-play live reactions throughout the ACC tournament into the March Madness tournament. So stay in the know here all season long with Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Looking to the Syracuse players right now, Elijah Hughes leading the way, currently 18 points for the Orange, and then the coach's son, Buddy Boeheim, right behind them, 15 points right now for Syracuse. For Pitt, it's been Jared Wilson Frame basically this entire game. 21 points for Pitt for Jared Wilson Frame. He's shooting 7 for 12 from three-point range from behind the arc. The winner of this game will take on, the winner of this game will take on number 3 seeded Duke tomorrow. So I'll have that stream for you guys. It'll be the game after North Carolina against Louisville tomorrow night. Here we are, back to action. Syracuse at the free throw line, as this is Buddy Boeheim, and he connects with that one, 52-43. So he made that one into a three-point play. Buddy Boeheim on the season's a 77% free throw shooter. Oh, wow, man. That must have been awesome. That's incredible, going to those games at the Dome. That's great. Yeah, Syracuse has like the largest capacity seating out of all the teams in college basketball because they play in that Dome, how big it is. Three-point shot from the outside. Pitt hits it from the left corner, making it 52-46. City and Deer hit the three-point shot right there. 11-10 left to go. Syracuse with the ball. They take it past the timeline. Wow. Wow, that's incredible that set the record of attendance there. That's great. Here we go with Syracuse dribbling towards the right wing of the perimeter. Jumper. And they connect there. Left elbow jumper goes down for the Orange. Frank Howard with 11 points right now. 4 for 9 from the field. 54-46 with 10:37 left to go in this game. The winner takes on number 3 Duke tomorrow. Pitt with the ball now at the right wing of the three-point perimeter. They dribble towards that top of the key. They pass the ball off to the left wing of the perimeter. Back to the right wing. And we got ourselves a charge right there. City and Deer picks up the offensive rebound as he tried to work his way on Buddy Boeheim. And Boeheim right there takes the charge. So the ball will go back to Pitt here, 54-46. All right, ball will go back to Syracuse here, 54-46. Pitt on defense here with 10:20 left to go. So if you haven't done so already, feel free to like, share, subscribe to my videos. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reaction throughout the season into the March Madness tournament. Another foul called by Pitt. Xavier Johnson just got charged with his third foul. He is the leading scorer coming into this game, averaging 15.6 points per game. So here we go. Another inbound for Syracuse with 10:15 left to go. They're up by 8. They pass the ball off to the right wing of the three-point perimeter here for the Orange. They dribble towards that top of the key. Back to the right wing of the perimeter, looking for a man who's open. Jumper at the free throw circle. No good from the outside. And they get the offensive rebound. They set back up the offense. Frank Howard right there for offensive board for Syracuse. The shot from the outside couldn't go down, but the tip back prevails. Pascal Chukwu tips that ball back inside the paint, 56-46, as Malik Ellison gets called with a rebounding foul on Pitt. So got to update you guys with the score once again. We have 9:54 left to go. Looks like Syracuse is pulling away now as they are up by 10 points. They'll be shooting 1 here at the free throw line. I'll have the streams tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Number 7, Louisville takes on number 2, North Carolina. And the winner of this game, I'll have that stream for you guys tomorrow night against number 3, Duke. Here we are at the free throw line, shooting the and one, and they make that one. 57-46. Syracuse up by 11, largest lead of the game. Pascal Chukwu got that free throw shot. Awesome, man. Yeah, I'm not sure if my stream's behind at all. Sometimes it is because I'm actually streaming this off of a computer. I'm streaming off of ESPN3, as that shot is a jumper inside the key. No good by Pitt, but they get the offensive rebound. They set it back up here at the top of the key, dribbling inside, and we got a foul with 9:27 left to go. Yeah, I could tell you because I'm streaming off of ESPN3 right now. I actually don't have cable, so I can get it off my Xfinity internet off of ESPN3. So yeah, I'm assuming it's a little behind here as Pitt chucks that one to the half court circle, and they do get the ball back out. in transition here under the basket, and they feed the ball back outside close to that half-court line there, but they don't go behind it. They try to lay it up and in, and they do right there. They get that one to fall. City and Deer with 7 points right now. 9:06 left to go. 57-48. 9-point game. Syracuse trying to drive low post. Foul called with 9:02 left to go. Yeah, also the camera view that I have is like terrible that they provided me here on the internet. They gave me a under the rim camera basically for this stream. So I can't even see the press box camera or the above the rim camera here. So when I'm calling out these plays, like who has, like I can't even tell who has the ball, which like every single one of my other streams that I've done, I'm able to tell who has the ball. Like I'm able to say like this guy has it at the right wing of the perimeter, takes the ball past the timeline with this guy, passes it to this guy. And yeah, they gave me this below the rim camera for tonight because this sucks because I don't have cable, but always great for my channel because I love covering the games for the people who don't know how to find the stream here, but this is the best stream, I guess, that ESPN could come up with for this game. 58-48 with 8:50 left to go. Jumper from the left elbow, no good, but the offensive rebound by Pitt. Oh, what a block there by Syracuse, and they have it. So we have 8.5 remaining. Pitt now with the ball. Malik Ellison got the steal off of Syracuse as they were trying to drive low post. They passed the ball right wing here, the perimeter, to the top of the key here for Pitt, back to the right wing of the three-point perimeter. Lots of perimeter passing here for Pitt. Top of the key three by, and they drain that one. 58-51. Trey McGowan's finally scored his first point of the game. Yeah, I'm not able to get it on ESPN, too, because I don't have cable here back of my house. So that's the only way that I can only stream it with the ESPN3, which unfortunately they give me this stream for. And Syracuse gets the putback. Pascal Chukwu with 7 points right now, 60-51. But how they always set it up is usually ESPN3 is usually like a minute behind or so against like the actual stream on like ESPN or ESPN2, wherever they're putting the game. So right there, Pitt tried to go inside a low post to get stolen away by Syracuse there. Scores 60-51 with 7:20 left to go. We have a timeout called. 7:09 left to go. Gonna update you guys with the score here in the game. I know what you mean going to channel 3-2 on antenna. The only thing is that I'm from Massachusetts here, so they supply different games via antenna or so. So I'm not able to get ESPN2 with an antenna. That's the only problem. Whereas you guys are probably from like upstate New York or so. You guys can get the antenna or so, because I'm from a different area here. Like a 7-hour difference. But yeah, this has been like one of the closest teams. Yeah, this has been one of the closest teams from my hometown because nothing basically goes on in college basketball around my area. I'm 20 minutes away from Providence, Rhode Island. So yeah, we'll see if the PC Friars can make a run at the tournament. But yeah, it's 60-51 right now. Syracuse up by 9. Currently, I'm gonna go over the box score with you guys at this point of the game, and it looks like we have 3 players in double-digit points for the Qs right now, as Elijah Hughes is leading the way. He has 18 points for Syracuse, 16 points by Buddy Boeheim right behind him, and then 11 points by Frank Howard for Syracuse. As we look to Pittsburgh, it's been basically Jared Wilson frame. He has 21 points. As he's had quite the game shooting from the outside, but that was all done early in this one. Yeah, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you joining on the channel. This is awesome to get you guys on the channel. I appreciate it. And whoever wins this game, I'll be back tomorrow night. Hopefully they'll provide me with a better camera than this because I don't have cable. So I was surprised to see that they gave me this below the rim camera instead of like an above the rim or a press box camera to watch this game, making it like incredibly difficult for me to call the game. This is the camera they gave me for this game, though, I have to say is better than the one they gave me for the Louisville game earlier today. They gave me a spider camera from the top, which just made it impossible to call like the players. I couldn't see the numbers at all of the players because it was an above the court view, basically. Yeah, we'll see. Providence could definitely beat Villanova the next game. Villanova coming in the #1 seed, but they've been shooting the ball really, really cold from the three-point line the past few games. They lost against Xavier. They lost on Saturday against Seton Hall. As Villanova attempts like 30, around like an average of 33-point shots per game. So if Providence knows how to defend the three-point shot, if they're able to defend Phil Booth and Colin Gillespie from the outside, all the key name three-point shooters that take the three ball most often for Villanova, Providence has a chance to get the W there, and they could basically be the surprise team in the Big East. That conference is so wide open. Villanova and Marquette, #1 and #2, but Marquette hasn't been strong as of late, and Villanova's lost a couple of games there to teams in the bubble, Seton Hall, Georgetown, and St. John's, all basically on the bubble. Here we are back to action. Syracuse is up 60-51. Pitt with the ball at the left wing and the three-point perimeter. They pass it off now to the free throw circle. They take it back outside. Top of the key three. No good. Hits the top of the iron. And it gets rebounded by Syracuse. 60-51. Marek Dolezaj got the rebound for the Orange. We have 3:33 left to go in this game. As Syracuse has the ball now at the top of the key. They pass the ball over to the right wing of the perimeter. Now to the left wing of the perimeter. Working their way inside the low post, and no good on the first shot, and a foul called, sending the Qs to the line to shoot two. Dees Tony in a lot of foul trouble for Pittsburgh right now. Yeah, the Big East this season seems like it's really, really even. There hasn't been a team that's able to blow people away this season from the Big East. It seems like everybody's so even, like everybody's just banged up on each other. That's why we have so many teams right now on the bubble. Yeah, he's been doing a great job right now in this game. Last few times around, he's got a couple of big rebounds there for him underneath the basket. So he is making the plays out there. 60-51 right now. We'll see if Syracuse is at the line. Who is this? Number 21 for Syracuse, shooting 2 at the free throw line. First one is a miss. So yeah, that is Dolezaj at the free throw line. He's a 61% shooter on the season at the free throw line, but we'll see if he can make this one. 9-point game with 6:21 left to go. And that one was a miss as well. 60-51 still. Pitt got the rebound. They're at the right side of the three-point perimeter, passing off to the left wing. Left wing to the top of the key now. Top of the key dribbling for Pitt. They try to take it inside. They kick the ball back outside. They got 10 on the shot clock here. 6 minutes left to go in this game. 60-51. The shot from the free throw circle, no good for Pitt, but the offensive rebound Pitt gets, and they'll set up the offense once again. So they do so. They're at the top of the key. They take the three from the top of the key. They airball it, and another offensive rebound by the same player. Terrell Brown got the offensive rebound for Pitt. 5:42 left to go, and the ball did go out of bounds. And it was last touched by Pitt. So Terrell Brown got the rebound, and then he lost control of the ball out of bounds, and then it went out of bounds. So Pitt just turned it over. Syracuse will get the ball back. 9-point lead for the Orange. 5:38 left to go. Syracuse now has the ball. They pass it to the top of the key. They have the ball still at the top of the key of the three-point perimeter, passing around the three-point arc. Left wing of the perimeter. They pass outside. Oh, it's tipped away. Stolen by Pitt. And Pitt tried to finish the steal and they tried to take it along the baseline, and it was last tapped out of bounds by Pitt. So the ball will go back to Syracuse again with 5:19 left to go. 60-51 is still the score. Going to update you guys here. So here we go. We're back to action. Syracuse with the inbounds. And they just throw up the shot there because it was a shot clock violation. Didn't hit the rim. So the ball will go back to Pitt with 5:13 left to go in regulation. So the winner of this game will play against number 3 Duke in the late game tomorrow night. I'll have the stream for you guys on that one as well. I'll have the 7 p.m. and the 9:30 game of the ACC tournament. Here we are with Pitt with the ball, top of the key. They pass it off, and the jumper at the free throw circle, it gets airballed, and it's rebounded. And that's Dolajah with a rebound. Once again, 60-51. Under 5 left to play. Syracuse with the ball. They pass it to the left wing of the perimeter. Here they are to the top of the key. Let's see if they can make this a double-digit lead here for the Orange. At the top of the key, looking for somebody who's open. Left wing now, they're trying to dribble inside. Oh, what a block there by number 21. But he also commits the shooting foul on the play. So number 21, that was Terrell Brown. He got the huge block. It looks like the refs said that the foul was committed by Trey McGowan's of Pitt. Instead, number 21 got the clean block on that for Pitt, but here we are, Syracuse at the line shooting 2. And this is, once again, Buddy Boeheim at the line. Nails the first one, 61-51. Yeah, I think Syracuse can surprise teams come the tournament or so. It seems like every single year, Syracuse, no matter the seed, even when they're a deep seed in the field, they're always destined to make a deep run. So they'll be a huge sleeper for this tournament, 61-51. I think they're projected to be around the number 9 seed in this tournament. So once again, they could make some noise. Depending on which side of the bracket they are, they could go all the way to the Sweet 16. If they win their first game against the 8 seed, and if they put them in the side of the bracket with Gonzaga as a 1, they can beat Gonzaga. Gonzaga just lost to St. Mary's last night. I don't think they're as good as people think out there. I think they have a record like 2-2 against top 50 teams. But here they are, left corner 3, and they connect from the outside. 64-51. Frank Howard hits the 3-point shot for Syracuse, their largest lead of the game right now by 13. 3:40 left to go. Pitt now trying to go inside, and they get fouled on the play. Yeah, that explains why Syracuse has been so successful, changing up their defense throughout the years. Going to that 2-3 defense because I'll just make them they'll be a tough team to play in the tournament when they go against non-conference squads like that. I'm going to update you guys with the score. 64-51 right now. We have 3:37 left to go. Let's see some of these stats. Let's see how we're doing here. Yeah, Syracuse out rebounding Pitt 34-31 at this stage of the game. Currently, they're also shooting the ball a whole lot better than Pitt, 43% from the field compared to 33%. So making all the big shots down. I'm going to look at here the scoreboard going on right now in college basketball. There's a couple of big games going on for bubble opportunity chances here to cash an at-large bid. St. John's is doing that right now. They're up against DePaul with 11 minutes left, 62-50. There was another game going on earlier today, Oklahoma. Oh, goodness. West Virginia is beating Oklahoma 62-58. Yeah. That Yeah, that'd be cool to see him just alter up his defenses here because a lot of teams they probably going in expect zone or something like that, and then they'll get something totally different in the tournament. Just gonna be right back. I gotta put my charger in this laptop right here. It's going down. I have to get my charger for a second. Stay with me, guys. Just charging my laptop over here. My scoreboard laptop just ran away with the charge. Here we are. Getting back to action here. Yeah, now we look good. So the laptop's charged here. It was getting low on juice, but here we are. West Virginia is up against Oklahoma, 62-58 with 6 minutes left to go in that game. Wow. So that is going to be a battle to the end. Oklahoma is currently on the bubble as well. 19-12, 7-11 inside the Big 12. And that's a close game. But right now, Syracuse running away with it, 64-51 with 3:37 left to go. And here we are at the free throw line. So Pitt will be shooting at the free throw line with 3:37 left. I've never actually done sports before. I've always wanted to do it. I went to college for radio broadcasting. I actually hosted a music show for my years at college. And then I actually work as it's like a commercial producer on the radio. I produce like all the commercials and stuff, and then I do like voiceovers for radio, but I've never done sports before, so I've always wanted to try it out. So my actual day job, I work 8:30 to 5. I just do audio for commercials all day, produce spots for people. Syracuse up by 12 points, 64-52. We have a timeout called on the floor. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, this game's been the camera that I'm getting here has been so weird in this game by ESPN. Like when I'm able to get the press box view, I'm able to call out all the players and let you guys know like who has the ball in their hands and who's shooting the ball at the same time and stuff like that. Like I'd be able to say something, yeah, I'd be able to say something like Frank Howard. He's backing his way inside the low post, kicks the ball out to Tyus Battle now. He passes the ball left wing of the perimeter, goes to the ball to Buddy Boeheim, something like that. And the camera they have up for me here on ESPN3 won't allow me to do that because they have it at the below the rim cam, which is basically I can't even see the players when they're dribbling at the outside perimeter. But here we are back to action, and that's the left elbow jump shot that goes down by Dolajah right there for Syracuse, 66-52. With 3 minutes left to go, looks like Syracuse will most likely move on to the next round of face Duke for that game tomorrow night. I'll have that stream for you guys tomorrow. That's the late game as well. That should be 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. So right after the conclusion of North Carolina against Louisville, I'll have that stream. Pitt now is down by 14. Syracuse with the ball once again. 2:33 left to go for the Orange. Right wing of the three-point perimeter. Now they're finally giving me the box score camera. So this is awesome. Frank Howard shot the three-pointer. No good. It was rebounded by Jared Wilson-Frame. For a second there, they gave me the press box camera, which I was able to call out the players when they were dribbling with the ball. But Pitt now has it back, passing left side of the perimeter, back to the right wing here, the perimeter. Left wing three from outside, and wow, Pittsburgh connects from outside. Jared Wilson-Frame is 8 for 14 shooting from behind the arc. He has 24 points, 66-55. Still a lot to go left for Pitt to come back in this game. What a game here between both of these teams, but it looks like Syracuse is about 2 minutes and 8 seconds away from getting the W in this one. After the entire season's done, I've been working on a video that I'll be posting, like a highlight video, probably right after the national championship game on April 8th. What I'll post is I've been doing like a college basketball comeback video, like a comeback compilation of the best comebacks in college basketball this season. So once I have it finished, probably around like the time of the national championship, I'll release that video and post it up here on YouTube for you guys. So I've been putting that together with big comebacks throughout the season. Of course, the Duke versus Louisville one was on there. Also, Kansas State came back by 21 points, beat West Virginia early this season, and Oregon blew a 9-point lead with a minute left and lost against UCLA. But here we are, Syracuse with a 66-55 lead, a minute 52 left to go, and another foul committed by Pittsburgh. Trey McGowan's commits his 4th foul, so he's in a bunch of foul trouble right now for Pittsburgh. Yeah, I actually don't have like before last week I didn't have any of the video editing software. I went off my girlfriend's computer for that because she had Adobe Premiere, but she told me about this free video editing software that was like super duper cool. So I just downloaded it last week and now I'm able to do it by myself with a free video editing software that's actually really good. It's called DaVinci Resolve 15. So, yeah, this is pretty cool. Here we go. Pitt now with the ball. Right wing 3, and no good from the outside. And that's an offensive rebound by Pitt underneath the basket. We do have a foul with a minute and a half left to go. 12-point lead by Syracuse. Yeah, it's totally free. It's called DaVinci Resolve 15. And they have, if you don't know anything about video editing, I'm sure that they have like tons of videos online on YouTube to let you know. Like I went on YouTube to do like all how-to videos to learn like the video editing stuff for it because it was totally different from what I was using on her computer with Adobe Premiere, but it's all free and it actually allows you to transition from like video to video like correctly, which is like pretty cool. It's not like Windows Movie Maker where it doesn't allow you to do that. So that's what I needed to do that compilation video. So I just have to make sure that I edit down most of the videos and stuff, which I did, because if you don't do that, it's not free use if you just like take the video off. So I had to like edit a bunch of stuff out of it, like cut this, cut that, and then like put it all together. So it's pretty cool. First shot at the free throw line was good by Pitt. Second shot, and he nails that one as well. Minute and 30 left to go. Malik Ellison is a perfect 4 for 4 at the free throw line, so he just hit his past 2 free throws for Pitt. Syracuse with a 10-point lead. Looking for the inbound, and that one's taken out of the hands of Syracuse, and it was out of bounds with a minute 28. Gonna update you guys with the score here. Wonder what the refs are gonna say. I think they're gonna go to the reviewing stand here to see if that as they try to. Yep, official review. So Syracuse was inbounding the ball right under the basket. Here we are in the replay. They were trying to pass it in, and it looks like that looks like it was touched by Pitt. I think number 11 for Pitt. Yes, City and Deer. It looked like. Might have got his hand there and forced it out of bounds, as that one was intended for a Syracuse player. Yeah, you're able to take for it's for free use purposes. You're able to take the video offline, but you have to make sure to edit like up a bunch of stuff. Like you can't like copy the entire video and post it yourself. You have to make edits to the video in all different places is what I'm doing to the stuff. So whatever the video is provided to me, all I have to do, I just have to make like a ton of edits and stuff like that, like edit this, make edits from like score to score. Because if I if I take that video or so and I don't make any edits, then that's called copyright. But people do that. I've seen a ton of people do those like the highlight compilations of stuff for like different sports. Things like Highlight Heaven does like a bunch of different highlights for the NFL, which is so cool. He like is able to like cut up everything from the NFL and put it all into a compilation together. $67-57, and looks like Syracuse will get the ball back on the inbounds once again. So they did roll. It was out of bounds by Pitt. So O'Shea Brissett here will get the inbound. The Orange are up by 10. And I'll be back tomorrow. If Syracuse wins, I'll be back with them against Duke. They pass it all the way to the corner, and Pitt tried to trap him there right in the corner before he stepped on the baseline, and Syracuse burns a timeout. So they have one timeout remaining. Both of the teams have one timeout left. We have 1 minute and 25 left to go. That's a late night out there. Already 11:26. We're still playing here. I bet you guys are from like upstate New York, most of you guys in the chat here. I start my work day off at 8:30, and then I get out of work at 5, and then I come home around like 5:25 or so, and then I started streaming at 7. So yeah, that's how my day has been. I think this is the latest game that I've ever streamed. I've never streamed like a 9:30 start. I've streamed some 9 o'clock games, but they usually get done around like 11:05. Here we are getting ready to go back to action. Syracuse with an inbound, and they do get it out. Now they need to pass the 10-second line. They do. So they pass the 10-second line at the left side of the perimeter. And now they get the ball to the right wing at a 3-point perimeter here. Syracuse just chewing time on the clock. 1 minute and 5 left to go. 7 on the shot clock for the Orange. We do have a foul finally called by Pittsburgh. Xavier Johnson in quite a bit of foul trouble here. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Gonna be plenty a lot of streams left throughout this season. Doing this whole entire ACC tournament here with the night games. I won't be able to do the daytime games like I won't be able to do Virginia against NC State and Florida State against Virginia Tech tomorrow because I have work during that time. But when I get home, I'll be able to do whatever games come on at 7 o'clock and 9:30, and that happens to be Syracuse if they do win. 69-57. We have 1 minute left. Syracuse with a 12-point lead. Frank Howard made both of his shots at the free throw line. Pitt now trying to score inside. They don't, and it gets rebounded by Syracuse here with 46 seconds remaining, and Pitt finally commits the foul. But yeah, looks like this one's going to be a W in the column. Trey McGowan's just fouled out for the Panthers. Trey McGowan was the leading scorer for Pitt the past 2 games. He scored 16 points off the bench against Notre Dame on Saturday. Yesterday against Boston College, he scored 26 points. I'm pretty sure Syracuse did a spectacular job on the defensive end, holding him throughout the game. He scored 3 points. He had 1 3-point shot today, Trey McGowan for Pittsburgh. So what a brilliant game plan coming in by Jim Boeheim's squad to take away Trey McGowan's for the Pitt Panthers in this game. First shot from the free throw line, it goes down by Buddy Boeheim. So right now, Syracuse is hitting the free throws, and look at that, four straight free throws right there in a row. 71-57. It looks like Syracuse is going to be moving on. Pitt now trying to work their way underneath the basket. They do. They get the shot home, bank it up into the basket. 71-59. Syracuse avoiding the Pitt trap right there, and Pitt finally follows with 32.3 seconds remaining. Here we are shooting 2 at the free throw line for Syracuse. Number 23 for the Orange at the free throw line is Frank Howard. He's a 74% shooter, just made his first one. So that's 5 in a row in the past minute or so for Syracuse that they've made on shots at the charity stripe here. 72-59 with 32.3 seconds remaining. Make it 73. 18 points by Frank Howard, a perfect 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. Pitt now with 25 seconds remaining. Top of the key three, no good, off the top and iron. Rebounded by Syracuse. And Pitt's not going to foul here, and that is going to look like it will most likely do it for this one. And we got ourselves a ball game right here, as this one has gone double zeros on the clock. The Syracuse Orange moving on to the next round to take on the number 3 seeded Duke Blue Devils. Tomorrow night, I'll have that stream for you guys after the conclusion of number 2 seed North Carolina, number 7 seed the Louisville Cardinals, number 6 seed the Syracuse Orange moves on with a 73-59 victory here. As I'm going to go over the box score here in the stats for you guys before I sign off for tonight's game. 20 points leading the way. Buddy Boeheim, the coach's son for the Orange in this one. And then a tie for 18 points. Frank Howard, Elijah Hughes in there with 18 points for the Syracuse Orange. Wasn't enough, though, for Jared Wilson Frame for the Pitt Panthers. He led the way with 24 points on the night. 13 rebounds for Pitt in there. That was Terrell Brown who had those 13 rebounds. He only scored 4 points, however, though. For Syracuse, they out-rebounded Pitt 36-34. They also made a couple of big free throws down the stretch that they went, I think, 6 for 6 from the free throw line in the past minute left to go in that game. They shot the ball 15 for 21 from the charity stripe. Pitt was a little better, 13 for 16 around the shooting percentage or so. Syracuse shot the ball 71% from the charity stripe. Pitt shot the ball at 81%, but from the field, Syracuse shot the ball much better than Pitt. 43% shooting for Syracuse on the night, only 33% from Pitt. And also 12 three-point shots went down on the night for Syracuse. So, yeah, what a game it was for the Orange in this one. They get the W, and there's some unhappy teams out there in college basketball that's going to have to await their selection on Sunday to see if they made it into the March Madness tournament or the NIT. West Virginia beat Oklahoma today 72-71. So Oklahoma, they'll be determined by the selection committee where they'll be seated in the bracket and if they do so. Hey, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Actually, this was like a really, really just interesting game how I did it, because I don't even have cable or anything. So what I do, I stream the game off of ESPN3.com off my computer, but the stream camera that they gave me for this one, it was completely different from like what I've been using in the past here. How ESPN3 gave me the camera view from the court. It wasn't a good camera at all. It was called below the rim camera. So I was calling the play from that. I couldn't even tell the players' numbers half of the time. So it was totally different from the press box camera that they usually always use. But yeah, I cannot wait for the tournament where they have the stream up on CBS, where I'm able to get it off my TV and use the press box camera for that. What they have, whatever camera they use for CBS is always a great one. I'm able to tell who the players are on the court compared to what I was using for that ESPN stream. What they provided me with, what they called was below the rim. But yes, Syracuse moving on to the next round. So I'll have that game tomorrow night for you guys around 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't done so already, feel free to like, share, subscribe to my video. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reaction throughout the rest of the season into the March Madness tournament as well. Yeah. Yeah, they usually do those like random camera angles. Like they've done above the rim camera angles, which is weird. I'm able to keep up with that one though, but the one that was even weirder was they used a spider cam today for the Louisville game, which was weird. They captured like everything from like the top of the rim. So that was even more difficult than the below the rim cameras. But this one's basically done in the books. Syracuse moving on to the next round. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. Have a nice night, everybody. And I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you so much, guys.